Hey, how's you going? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. I'm glad you're here with me today because I got something I want to show you that's going to make working in the shop a lot easier. Let's check it out. So you're out in the shop and you're doing something, right? And you know, in just about every kind of project you end up doing in the shop, you end up having to make a measurement and a mark somewhere. So here I am. I got a stick here. I want to cut it off 16 inches long. So I take my tape. So I measure it here, 16 inches. I reach in my pocket and I get my pencil, right? And look at this. I have a carpenter's pencil here, which is kind of neat. Carpenter's pencils, flat on one side or flat on two sides, and so they don't roll away on you. But look at the lead in it, eh? It's broad and wide, and it breaks a lot, and you need to have your knife with you all the time to keep it sharp, right? And even when you keep them sharp, you use them a couple of times, the end gets blunt. So when it comes time to mark, you measure off 16 inches, and you make your mark. But the pencil is so blunt that your mark ends up being about a 1/16 of an inch wide. So how accurate can you make your cut? Do you cut, you know, to the line, past the line? Do you take the line away when you cut? Yeah. So, you know, carpenter's pencils, they're great, but for making accurate cuts, they're a little bit hard to use, eh? Same thing when you're using, say you're going to put your square on a piece of wood, and you like, where do I mark? Did that go in the center of the mark I made when I measured with the tape? Or here's another one that comes to me a lot, or that I run into a lot. I have a hole in a piece of wood and I need to set this up and line it up just right so I can drill a hole in the bottom piece. And well, you can't really mark it very good with a big broad pencil like this, right? Well, first of all, it won't even fit in the hole. Another thing too is, I've got a little piece of angle iron here. If you're working with metal, usually you'd use a scratch awl or something like that to score your metal and mark it. But like with a pencil, you can mark it with a pencil. So there's your mark. Or you could use a soapstone, you know, things like that. But again, because the mark is so broad, it's hard to get an exact location for it. And, you know, and then when you try to line up, say you want to drill a hole in something, say I want to drill a hole right here. Well, you know, like to get that centered, anyhow, I found this the other day. Well, actually I was watching a video and I saw this guy using these markers and I said, I'm going to check that out. So look what I bought. I found this set of, they call them Carpenters Markers. It's a complete set. I get it out of the plastic so it's not making so much noise. First of all, there's this little brass toolie here with a tip protector on it, because this is a scratch awl. So I wanted to make a mark on my angle iron, so you put your square on it and make your mark. And well, it's hard to see in the camera, but it's very easy to see here in the workshop. Really nice, sharp, hard steel tip. I forget what they said that was made out of, but very hard steel, right? So a nice little scratch awl for doing mechanical work. Set that aside now. The other thing is, this came with it too. It's an automatic center punch. So I was saying I wanted to drill a hole right here. So you line the tip of this center punch right there. That's where I want it. You stand it up and you just push down on it, and there's your center punch. It's unbelievable. Usually what I'd do is I'd get my center punch and I'd set it there, and then I'd tap it with the hammer and say, oh man, that's not where I wanted it. Then you'd have to move the hole, move the center punch, I mean. But with these, you just line it right up where you want it. Boom, there you go. Then you can start your drill in there, or your nail, or whatever you want to do. So that's a nice little thing. And it's got a round ball on the end of it to fit in the palm of your hand just nice. But there's two flat sides on it, so when you put that down, it won't roll away either. So that's handy. So we've got the scratch awl, and we got the marker. Then these pencils came. These pencils are, I think they're 2mm leads in them. They're like mechanical pencils. You push the button and the lead comes out. Nice big lead, eh? They're a good mechanical pencil, or feel good quality. There's a button on the end here where you can turn that around to say what heaviness of lead you have in there. Like I think this is an HB, so I'll set this on HB. Not that that matters much because I'll never be changing them. There's also a clip on it here, so I can put it here in my pouch, the pouch pocket on my apron, so it's always there handy, sticking out the top. what I found with these pencils, that first of all, they don't take long to get short. You can't put them up here because you lose them, never get them back again. So I had them in this pocket on the apron, and with all the nails, screws, whatever else is in there. So it was hard to find the pencil when you needed it. And the pencil has a sharpener on the end of it. So what you do is you advance the lead, pull the sharpener out, and you just spin it, and it puts another point on it. And it's a really nice, it's a heavy lead, so it'll stand some abuse, some force, and it makes a really nice fine tip on it. So now when I measure 16 inches, well, let's measure 15 inches just so the lines are different. I have a very thin line now. That's less than a 32nd of an inch. And there you go. And the line is still visible. And then it came with actually 2 of those pencils. This is the same style, same sharp, same 2mm lead, and with the sharpener on the end for sharpening. So 2 nice pencils with full lead, what do you call those? Refills, I guess you'd call them. So yeah, pretty nice. Now, that's all well and good, but look what else it came with. These are mechanical pencils again, kind of looks like a nail, isn't it? But this is, I think, a 2.8 mil lead, so a lot heavier lead, thicker. So I think this is for like carpenter type work. But again, this one makes a heavier line, but again, this is like a carpenter's pencil, so you don't need the precise measurements you would need, say, if you were making cabinets. And also, the top of this peels off, and you can sharpen the lead. The thing too about these ones, because they're kind of like shaped like a nail, when you end up with the hole in your wood that you need to make a mark there, this will fit right down in the hole, so you get right up tight against the edges, and you can get a more precise marking, like through something, right? Because of this bottom part of the pencil is not as round. So that one came with the kit, and also there was another one that came with the kit. So 2 of these carpenter pencils, 2 mechanical pencils, 1 scratch awl, and 1 automatic center punch. And also I got a bunch of refills. So there's red and black refills for the mechanical pencils, and there's red and yellow, or black and yellow refills for these carpenter pencils, I'll call them. So not a bad kit, and I think it was only, well, I can't remember what it was. It was less than $30, seems to me. I can't remember exactly the price, but I'm going to put a link to all this in the description below, and if you're interested in getting these pencils, you can check out that link. It's going to be an Amazon affiliate link, and what that means is if you're going to buy these because you think you might like them and you might want to try them out, if you're going to buy them, if you use my affiliate link, the cost to you is the same, but I'd get a little bit of money kickback. So, you know, every little bit counts, as the old woman Pete in the ocean. So if you wouldn't mind, if you're going to get these, use my affiliate link so that Grampie can get rich. Check them out. Let me know what you think. And thanks a lot for watching. Have a great week, folks. And we'll talk to you.